Hello. In this video, we're going to go through the software side of how to set up temp probes. You'll be setting them up in FMS, and then there's some extra steps you have to do at the kiosk itself. There is another video on how to physically set up the temperature probe, but then you will need to know this part. This is more the software part of how to get this whole process completed. So, let's say you've hooked up your temperature probes now. So what we want to do is we want to go into FMS, and first what we're going to do is actually take a look at the product categories. These will pull down from your VMS. If you're using our non-VMS option, you're going to want to create some categories if you're using temperature probes, because you're going to want to associate products with the categories, and then you'll see that we attach these to an area map. And then that's what Kiosk uses to determine which products it might have to shut off should there be a temperature lockout. So as you can see, we've already created some categories. We've got some different sized beverages, we've got candy, snacks, we've got cold food. You can see we have the amount of products associated with them. If we really wanted to get into more detail, we could go into the products themselves and we could search by category. We could see what's associated with what. You know, you can make edits in your VMS as need be. So we have our product categories. Now we're going to go over to settings. And in settings, we're going to go over to temperature maps. As you can see, we've already pre-created one that we're calling cooler, and it has all of our different beverages and beverages size. So we've put these 4 different beverage sizes in with the map called cooler. I'm going to create another one. We'll call this, we'll just call this refrigerated. Now you can see, since the beverage categories are already used, we can't reuse them. But I do have cold food, so I will put cold food in here. You can have multiple categories, but I'm only going to use cold food. So we'll save that for now. So now we've created our 2 area maps. They're called cooler and refrigerated. The cooler holds the 12-ounce beverages, the 16-ounce beverages, the 20-ounce beverages, and the 8-ounce beverages. So the area map is all 4 of these categories and however many products they contain. The refrigerated is the cold food and however many products that category contains. So now we'll flip over to our kiosk. And what we have to do is we have to enter the operator screen. You'll see we've got a few things already set up here, but what you want to do is get into the administrative menu. You'll be given a code for this. And then we want to go into our configuration, which is in the top middle here. And then at the very bottom of the configuration, we get to, if this scroll will cooperate with me, we get to the temperatures. As you can see, in Temp 1 we've put refrigerated. This was done in advance, but obviously I typed in the word refrigerated, which was the area map that's associated with cold foods, and we've set the max at 55. Offset is if our software isn't reading the temperature exactly as listed on the temperature probe. You can do an offset. We found that we were 1 degree off, -1. So we put the offset of -1, and then the shutdown is in 60 minutes. So if the temperature exceeds 55 degrees for 60 minutes, after minute 61, everything that's in the refrigerated temperature map, which again is the cold foods category, will lock out and be unavailable to vent. Down here we have our cooler temp map, which, remember, that was all the categories that included all our beverage sizes. We have a max of 50 and a shutdown after 30 minutes. We found the software needed to be offset and added 2 degrees to match the temperature probe reading in this scenario. You might not need to use the offset, but it's there if you need it. In case, you'll hit save, and you go back here, and typically if you've made any changes, you'll see them again at the operator menu. Again, we see the temperature's reading 35 degrees currently. There's our settings, there's a reminder of our settings, and there's the area. Oh, see, it moved up a little bit. So that's how you actually set it up. In many cases, after you finish entering all the areas, you're going to have to restart the system or reboot the kiosk to get it to display accurately. But there you have it. That's how you set up temp probes on the software side using FMS and the kiosk.